Hi, I'm Bill, and I am the HVAC hacker. My other channel is also Bill's Tools, where I just pretty much do tool reviews. Today, you're joining me on just a filter change. This is my last job before my vacation. I can't wait because I'm going to visit the wife's family over in Europe. Okay, so now I'm going to be working on this roof. Got all these different units to work on. Let's bring these filters up over here. First things first, let's open the box up. Okay, so I'm going to start with the far unit, and all these are right here. So the far unit's going to be 4 filters, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, hope you're all having a nice easy time today. You're inside some nice air conditioned spaces enjoying this video because it's a little warm out here, but it's warm every day, so just kind of get used to it. And all I'm pretty much doing is a filter change. Mid-season filter changes. As an HVAC tech, these are the easiest jobs to get, but they keep us busy almost all the time. Okay, let me pop my new ones in. Alright. I really don't do much more than actual filter changes here. I do it once over on several things because we don't want, as soon as I finish and leave, something breaking. Okay, so these filters are in. Let's put these in. Now, one of the things I do make sure is that the drain is flowing good, which it looks like it's flowing good. Also, that I don't have oil down there in that water, which it's hard to tell. It is, but it doesn't look oily, like as if I have a refrigeration leak. What does my drain look like? I just opened it up. Okay. It's a little snotty in there, it's not that bad. So all I'm going to do, hopefully it's not glued on, this is my first time here. Yeah, it looks like it's only just water. Okay, just dump it out. These even come off. Okay. Now I'll put it back on. That'll prime itself up. Remember, you always want to make sure your drains are primed. But we have plenty of water falling from the unit into the drain. There's no fan on, there's nothing, so it's going to refill that before there's an issue. Plus, I'm going to come back here in a few minutes. There goes the fan. Compressor started. Fan's on. I'm just going to open this even though I shouldn't. It's a direct drive because it's a filter and belt that's listed on the paperwork, but it's a direct drive, so I'm not even going to worry about it. Locked up. Compressor compartments. Just look for anything that might seem loose. Everything looks pretty good. Compressor has no oil on it because sometimes you get leaks out of these. You get a little oil around these things. So, I got a little something, but I'm not too worried about it because that could be from when somebody's checking here. And trust me, they call right away if they've got a problem. That's getting nice and cold. So, Okay. I'm gonna close this up. I'm also not given enough time to do a full maintenance here. So we'll be back just to make sure he's draining. Let's grab these filters. Let's go do the next one. But what this video mostly is about, I'm gonna fill everybody in. My name's Bill and I'm from New Jersey. And well, I've been doing HVAC since '98 around. And this is a recession-proof job. So if you're looking for a good career where no matter what the market's doing, you're gonna have work, well, this is an excellent opportunity for you to learn a trade. If you're mechanical, you're hands-on, like right here, I might be writing this thing up for a power wash. Yeah. This one I'm going to write up for a power wash. It's getting a little dirty. But I mean, HVAC life is tough. I'll say that. But it's rewarding. We get paid good. We work long hours. That we do. But I mean, who doesn't work long hours? A lot of professions, you work long hours, you don't get paid overtime. Here at least, you get overtime pay. Well, that thing's really snotted up also. Flush that out. Okay. Give that a second. That water will drop back in. Let's pull these out. Because I mean, if you're watching my videos, more than likely either you're starting a career in the HVAC world or you're interested in a career in the HVAC world. Because my videos really, I'm not working on the SEO. I'm not trying to make them found by everybody. That's the worst one yet. This guy is like almost, that's almost a restriction, as you could see in there. So hopefully, just tapping. Yeah, I see it move. And yeah, it's all gone. Let's grab the filters, put them in. Now I started off working on cars. And the guys I was working for, they wanted out of the auto industry, and they talked me completely out of going there. 2, 3, 4 extra. Which sometimes I wish I went the automotive route. I mean, I love the HVAC route, but I probably would have specialized in antique cars. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to just pretty much restore and work on F-body Camaros from the 80s, 70s, and 60s. But the 60s was more of a dream than the 70s and the 80s. Now, if you look at the price of the 70s and 80s Camaros, they're ridiculous just to get a carcass. Okay, let's put this back on. We have water coming out. Before I pop the other one on, let's see what's going on at this over here. Okay, we got good drainage coming out. Good. I don't want to leave any of these off for too long because it gets very hot in this diner. I mean, look, you got some good water flow out of here. I haven't even brought him on. You got good water flow. So in the comment section, tell me if you are subscribed to my channel, if you are pursuing an education in HVAC, if you're already in the HVAC trade, or if you're just watching because you want to learn a few things about HVAC, which any one of those, hey, I'm more than happy to help anybody. Because you know what? I have so much useless knowledge if it's just in my head. When I get to share it with others, that makes me feel better. much. Okay. Because seriously, those that are afraid that if they teach others, they're going to steal their jobs, well, they're pathetic. They really are. Because all I want to do is teach others to make my job easier. Because I work long hours. There's not a lot of guys where I work that can do exactly what I could do. So the more guys I get out there that can do what I can do, the easier my job will become. So it almost looks like they all need to be written up for a power wash. Tomorrow at this time, I'm going to be in a plane going to Poland to visit the in-laws. I should have more videos still coming out because I have so many service calls I recorded. Just, I don't have the time to go through them, to try to edit them. There's a lot of wasted time on a lot of these videos because I don't believe that people want to watch all the time it takes for me to pull a vacuum, for me to pressure test. So a lot of times I shorten these things. Please tell me, should I keep them in the video or should I shorten them? To any of my subscribers, please let me know. The only way that I can make this channel any better is by the responses I get from anybody that subscribes. And as far as sceneries go, this one unfortunately isn't the best skyline from where I'm working. It's not. But I mean, it's a skyline. But I mean, this is what I live in, unfortunately. Where the other video, the beautiful skyline, well, I mean, that's more like up in the country, Mahwah, New Jersey, right before you hit New York State. Here I am like 8 miles from New York City, Fort Lee, New Jersey, so very congested area to live in. But it's flooded with the 1%. It is. I know a lot of people don't like the 1% for whatever reason, but if you think about it, the 1%, they're the people that no matter how the economy is going, they're having service checks still done on their 10 ACs. They're making sure that everybody's working. They don't pay their share in taxes. Do they really not? Or is that just what we're being told and misled? Because you know what? If I could avoid taxes, I would, but I can't. So I pay them. But I do collect dividends, and I do get capital gains from the stocks I own. And because I own them and I collect them, the tax rate on that is a lot lower. It's about 15%. My federal, and then my state is another 2-3%, whatever it is on top of it. I really don't pay attention. That's why I have a CPA accountant. They do my books. Oh my goodness. The return air coming out of this thing is just making me so hungry. This much must be the kitchen. Because it just smells so good. It smells like cheeseburgers. I love my cheeseburgers. This one's a little harder to clean. Somebody made this little contraption here. But this one isn't even, this trap isn't even that much of a trap. Guess they didn't want the water leaking here. They wanted to run it that way a little more. I don't know. Not my problem. I would love to move like that one video where the 2 ACs busted. I would love to move up into that space, up in Mahwah, where it's nice and quiet. You know, all the towns around it, you got Mahwah, you got Franklin Lakes right next to it, you got Saddle River right next to it. That's where all the big money is. Pop this off, pull these filters out. Sometimes on these filter changes, I'm pulling out clean filters. Here, no. All these filters I'm taking out. They're pretty dirty, but this thing runs non-stop. This building's in the sun, as you can see, so it gets hot. This unit here was just busted. Somebody, I think, just changed something on. I don't know what. But there was a repair done, I think, on this one. Okay. There you go. All my filters are changed. I pretty much blew through this maintenance a little too fast, but it is what it is. Let's see what we find in this. That's not bad, actually. But like I said, this just had a maintenance done. Let's just pull this out if I could. All clean. Okay. That'll fill itself up. Make sure your disconnects are always on. You don't know how many times I end up on a callback because somebody forgot to turn it on. Remember when I started? Hey, I was guilty of it. We're all rushing through everything we have to do. We're trying to get things done so fast. You don't impress anybody by getting stuff done fast. You impress your bosses by having successful jobs. One thing you should never do in this field is never try to make your coworker look bad. Doesn't matter what they missed. Doesn't matter. Because you're gonna miss something sometime too. Don't bury a coworker, because what happens is you bury your coworker. Now you need to call them for help. They're not gonna help you. Think about it. Somebody gets you in trouble or tries to get you in trouble, because what happens is actually when you try to bury your coworker, your boss, he may say good job, he may something, but then he's like, this guy is an asshole. Who do I have working for me? The other guys are going to hate him. I don't know if this guy is going to be a team player. So just be careful with that, because burying coworkers, you need your coworkers, whether you like them or not. You need them. It's a support system, and you're going to work with them too sometimes. So whatever you do, do not show off. Do not run around and try to do things like a chicken without a head. Because I mean, I've seen YouTube videos where guys are like, oh, you want to run and get this from my truck, and run and get this from my truck. Not walk nonchalantly, not walk at your own pace. You want to move quickly. When I get gasoline, you got to get out. You got to clean my window. Don't do that if you're in my truck. Ask me first, because you know what? I don't know who you're going to try to impress with that, but it's my truck. I might not want my window clean. I might think my window's perfect. And then you start cleaning my window, and I take an insult that you're telling me my truck is dirty. And then when you open the back of my truck and you can't see the floor, forget it. Because also, techs who work all the time, they don't have the neatest truck all the time. Some do, some don't. What I found was the guys with the cleanest trucks were the guys that work least. All the guys that were not management, but the guys that were pretty much the go-tos to get everything that was broken swept under the carpet, their trucks were a complete disaster. Most of the time. I'm going to say at least 80% of the time. Every once in a while, yes, you will have a guy who is like that somehow has OCD. But usually, we're just too busy. We're always fixing things. We're always on callbacks. We're always on jobs where it's always constant troubleshooting. And I mean, we have good intentions. When I clean my truck, it stays clean a week, if I'm lucky. After that, I mean, I first have good intent, and I'm able to put things in and out. After that, I'm throwing shit in my truck. So just remember, if you're coming into the HVAC trade, things to try not to do is 1, don't show off. 2, do not, whatever I say, do not try to make a coworker look bad. I don't care. There's other guys that are out there that do HVAC videos probably, and they're going to say, you know what, that HVAC hacker, he's an asshole. Who is he to tell my employee not to run around all the time? I want my employee to run around all the time. Well, you know who I am. I'm the HVAC hacker. and I've been doing this for 20 years. So, I'm doing it for 20 years. Obviously, I'm doing something right. I'm paid really well. I mean, I got my own business. I just don't want to be working all the time. Because, I mean, having your own business, you're always working. Whew, that's a nice breeze hitting you. Okay, so besides not showing off, don't be out to impress everybody, because you're not going to impress everybody. I hate to say it. You'll make more enemies than friends if your whole purpose is trying to impress everybody. There's only so many people you're going to impress. Think about it. I'm going to come in contact with lots of people all day long. I'm lucky if 40 to 60% of the people really actually like me, and the other 40% pretends. It's just how it is. We all pretend to like people whether we do or don't. So the more you show off, the more enemies you're going to make, because nobody likes that show off. I forgot what I was saying. I'm just a babbling idiot at this point. Who's hungry? And out on the roof, getting a nice tan. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. I'm out. If you take those 2 things of advice I gave you, or 3, I don't even know, because I just talk shit half the time. Don't know what to do with myself. I'm bored, so... Hey, I got 1 in. 2. It's like basketball with filters. You get more of them. Gotta be careful when you do stuff like this, but nobody should be walking in here. Do I miss any of these? Oh, missed 1. 2. Okay, so that's a bad bounce the way they were going. Oh, good. 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 Seems like I'm on a roll now. It's a frisbee. Oop. Oh well, I'll get that when I go down. Ooh, Swiss. Boom. In. I put that down there and I'll break it up downstairs. I could crushed it and dropped it right in. One less thing to have to carry down. Yeah, when you're dealing with like restaurants and places of fast food, all that is grease coming at this friggin' thing. And then you get the grease all over the roof. Problem with that is, now let's go by my coils. This is the closest one. If you go to Bill's Tools, you'll see a McDonald's coil that was completely caked up with grease. This is dirty, but this will clean out pretty easily. This is mostly just dust and dirt. Yeah, but that needs a cleaning. See this guy? This one's not as bad. It's the furthest from everything, but this was also off for like, I think it was like a week and a half not running because the AC was down because of a bad blower motor. But I'm gonna write them all up for a coil cleaning. Oh, I'm out. Peace.